Okay, we back. Yeah, I be having to get it together. I wasn't even sure if I was on the right phone. Am I on the right live? I hope so. We back. We back. Gonna be doing the most. We'll see if this is better. I got my Wi-Fi on. Yeah. We're back. Ooh. Peace, 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 peace. Peace. Okay, we back. I've been trying to keep all my videos and my stuff stored on one phone because this phone, my storage is crazy low because this is the one that I do all my work for my other businesses that I work for. Peace. Let's try this again. Let's try it again. Peace, 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 peace. Okay. So yeah, what I was saying was make sure that y'all are not allowing them to set your trajectory. Quit allowing them to set the tone of who and what your story is. Quit identifying, quit letting them label your babies. Our babies come into the world super intelligent. It's all about our guidance, our direction, our, key in their life. So we can teach them from a very early age how to process their emotions, but also how to be very grateful, how to walk in gratitude. I think that's something that could really help change what is going on when we talk about topics like depression and all of the suicide and all of that. If we start teaching them from a very early age how to be happy, how to love themselves, how to walk in their power from a very early age, it will change their dynamic. It will change how they perceive things when they become teenagers and when they become adults. It'll even like showing them how to process through emotions. But first we have to learn that ourselves. So instead of saying, let me put this superficial band-aid on this surface wound that I got, let me really heal it. Let me do the things that it would take for us to heal. Let's do the work. A lot of times when you say do the work, people get scared. I just started still. I'm like, people get scared. People get scared when we say, let's do the work. Why? Do the work. Getting on the other side of what this work looked like, I promise you it's going to be way easier than dealing with the chaos and the trauma and the turmoil that comes from you not doing the work. That comes from you not being in a space where we can navigate differently. Because that's the goal. Let's navigate differently. But you have to find these little tricks and tools. Yeah, it's painful but necessary. It's a necessary pain. And then it's only painful if that's how you looking at it. Yeah, scared of the unknown. Oh, you just made me think about the book I was supposed to be telling y'all about. I think it's downstairs. Oh man. Yeah, I think it's downstairs. And it's crazy because it's like that meme, and I always reference this one is like the one with the little girl with the little teddy bear, and she's supposed to be giving it to Jesus, and he got the big teddy bear behind him. Literally, it's that simple. It's literally, that same dynamic. We so scared to let go of what we already have. We so scared to let go of what we already have. in fear that we will have nothing. In fear that we will have nothing. But then you saying it hurt, but does it hurt because you're perceiving that it hurts? I feel like everything is all about what are we thinking? How are we perceiving it? If you change on how you thinking that process is, if you get in a mindset of this healing that I gotta do is so exciting, I'm so hyped to go through and understand what this is because I know what's gonna be on the other side of this healing. Like, you gotta hype yourself up. You gotta be your own hype man through everything. Point blank. Be your own hype man. So emotional and releasing all the fears and self-doubt. Exactly. And understanding, being grateful for those emotions. Being grateful for being able to release. Being grateful for, ooh, that's a trigger. Let me deal with it. I be excited. I'm not, yeah, I'm special a little bit, but I be excited when something triggers me because it shows me that I still have more growth to do. And I know I'm always constantly changing. I'm constantly evolving. And because I'm constantly evolving, that lets me know, like, I get excited when it's something like, oh, I haven't did this yet. Now I can figure out what's this new thing that I got to figure out. Like, what's the new trigger? What is something? Where is this coming from? Because it's letting me know some stuff ain't even our stuff. Some stuff is our grandma's stuff. Some stuff is our mama's stuff. Some stuff might be your granddaddy's stuff. But it's embedded in your DNA. And now we're getting into that generational healing. I think I was working backwards to a degree because I recognized something that was going on with the generational healing before I recognized my own personal healing. I just knew, like, ooh, y'all angry. Like, all the women on my mom's side of the family were like angry. They all had been married for a very long time, still with their husbands. I come from, a long line of women who stuck by their men's side. They stuck by their husband's side. Long line. But they all were like, had a mouth on them. They all were like Medea type women. And I was just like, it's funny when it was from like a certain perspective. But when I had to spend long periods of time around them and the men that were not only in their life, but in my life, I realized how hurtful it was. It used to hurt me for my grandmother to talk to my grandfather a certain way. Like, to my heart, where I had stopped going to see them because I didn't want to be around it. It used to hurt, like, break my heart. I used to feel really bad for him. And I used to be looking at him like, why are you staying here taking this abuse? She low-key abusive to you. But he loved her. He loved her until she transitioned, literally. He stuck by her side. He, did all the things that you would want a husband to do. That was my grandfather. But I was looking at him like, grandma low-key abusive. She being real mean and disrespectful right now. So when I recognized that, I knew that this was something I needed to heal within myself. Because I do have a smart mouth. I am a little sassy when it comes to certain stuff. So I had to figure out how to start working on that. So when I'm in relationships, I'm not exhibiting the same behavior. I'm not doing the exact same thing that I don't like. And a lot of times when we say we don't like something or something is bothering us or those triggers pop up, those are opportunities for growth. Those are opportunities for us to learn valuable lessons. What is this that I don't like about this person or this dynamic that is already inside of me? So I started working on it. But then I had to find the balance. Because it was one extreme where I'm sounding just like them, and then it was the other extreme where I was too passive. And I was allowing somebody to say anything or come at me very aggressively and not say anything. Well, I take that back. I might have still said something, but not say it in the tone that I felt like I needed to say it, or in a space where I made sure that they were respecting my boundaries. So it got to a point where, okay, now I ain't saying nothing, and now when it does come out, it's like a volcano. And then sometimes those triggers, that's why I said sometimes the triggers ain't even our trigger. Sometimes that trigger be DNA. Sometimes that trigger is genetics. Sometimes the trigger come from our past generations. What is going on that happened in your family, that happened to your mother, or happened to your grandmother, or her mother, or her mother, that made us feel a certain way, that makes us feel unsafe, that makes us feel angry about something, that's giving us frustration, that's making us feel disappointed. Whatever that emotion that triggers, where's it coming from? And does it have anything to do with our own pain or their pain? Because it's all embedded in us. Every generation that comes has an opportunity to heal the generations before. So this is why I get excited about, oh, this is a trigger moment. Oh, this is time for me to grow. Right. And the families will be on a hush hush. And sometimes you're not going to know. And you don't have to know. The whole point is to stay there. Really feel what it is. Meditate on it. Evaluate where's that energy coming from. Now we recognize it. A lot of stuff will come to you through meditation. The ancestors will speak to you whether the family, the physical family is speaking or not. It'll come through dreams. When you ask, they'll bring the answer to you if they feel like it's ready. Ah, I love you too. I love you, Pooh. And trust me, it took a minute for me to get here. I remember one year I used to be looking at the universe like, yo, I don't want to learn another damn lesson this year. I don't need to learn nothing else. I got it. Don't send me no more lessons. Can I learn a different way? Can y'all just send me a book? Can y'all send me a book, please? You know what I'm saying? Can you do this? I used to be like, send me another way to learn this lesson. Quit making me learn it the hard way. Like, don't nobody want to learn these lessons like this. And then now it all makes sense. When I started working with my nonprofit, that's when it made sense. Because when I would work with the women, literally, when I would work with the women, it got to a point where I would be able to relate to what they were saying. Peace. I was able to relate. I started understanding like, oh, I get it. Because now I'm coming from a different perspective. And I'm not that person that's coming from traditional school and, coming in like I'm better than them. I'm coming in there like, yo, I done been through the same shit you done been through, boo. I was dealing with the trifling dudes. I'm daggone. I got baby daddies not paying child support. I done been through everything that you've been through. And I can tell you and show you how to work yourself out of this. But like I said, it took me understanding who I was. It took me understanding my own power. It took me changing how I perceive things, how you see stuff. If you that type of person that glass half empty or full, half full, that perception is crazy. that perception gets you into a whole nother mindset, because you can shift your whole life. This is why I was so hard. Like, I don't know if I was hard or not, but this is why I'm very like adamant on like quit putting titles and labels on yourself, because your mind creates everything. How you see, how you think, how you deal with stuff, you create it. Create it with your mind. If you say that I want to live a totally different life in 6 months, guess what? You can. It's as simple as you making the choice, the decision, making a plan. Quit feeling like y'all can think out of your head. Quit feeling like you can execute things and not write stuff down. Quit feeling like you gonna handle your life on some BS. Actually handle your life like you would handle a business. Handle your life like you would handle that newborn baby. Some of y'all probably ain't handling y'all newborn babies right, so I might not need to use that as an example. But handle life like it's a precious cargo. You are precious cargo. So if I'm precious cargo, that means I need to handle with care. That means I'm going to do all the prep work. I'm going to wrap it and bubble wrap it the whole nine. I'm going to do everything that I need to do to make sure that it's handled with care. So we got to be in a space like, quit feeling like y'all can fumble y'all way through. You know, quit feeling like that. Actually do something where, okay, let me write a blueprint. I promise you, when I got like super serious about certain stuff that I wanted to handle when it comes to my spiritual self, I wrote that shit down. I made a plan. That was part of my life purpose. I had wrote it down just the same way that I write what I want to accomplish with my businesses. Even my love life, y'all, I had it where I was like, I'm not dating anyone. I'm not looking for him until I do X, Y, Z. So when I am done with X, Y, Z, I know that my energy is in the right space and I'm able to attract exactly what I deserve and more. When your energy ain't in the right spot, you liable to attract some craziness still. Some reflections of your past. And when you attract that energy, you might not be in the right space to say no. Because it's familiar. Oh, he familiar. Oh, he feel like home. Oh, he this. That should have get you in trouble every time. Listen, Linda. I'm trying to tell y'all. I done been through it. Been through it. But I still, like, no matter what I've been through, and I think that's what used to, like, certain, like I said, when I be doing stuff on the other page, I'm be like, oh, y'all mad because somebody done did y'all wrong. Y'all mad because your daddy wasn't there. I get it, but let that shit go. Blow that shit out. Let that shit go. We in a new, what are you doing today? What does all of that got to do with how you are maneuvering and navigating your life today? That's really what it boiled down to. How are you living in this present moment? Did you do everything that you could do to accomplish what it is that you wanted to accomplish? Because if you don't go to bed feeling like I accomplished something towards my goals, my dreams, my spiritual self, my financial success, guess what? That was 24 hours you just wasted. You might as well go do some dumb shit. Right. Steph, me and my homeboy, we always be laughing when somebody be mad or they be having like an attitude, especially in the community that I'm in. We were like, y'all need to go get a burger or something. You need some sex and you need a burger. Somebody need to fix you a double cheeseburger and some sex. And then that way you can get all of that together, because obviously you hungry and horny. that attitude is unnecessary and uncalled for. And that really it is really that simple. But I'm like, I just feel like our perception, how we perceive things, how we navigate through things, we have to learn how to change that dynamic. We have to learn how to be in a certain space. You see what I'm saying? If we learn how to be in a certain space, like, it's funny, and I always think of it because of the kids. I have like children who have different personalities and characteristics. I have, my 6-year-old, he is super, super emotional, very in tune with his emotions. He's very expressive. He's very articulate, very mature for his age. He already knows what he want to do. He said he came to be a builder. He's always said that. He's always said he came to be an engineer. Always have been he's a certain type of energy, but he's that same one. He literally could have like a little, like, you know how you scratch and it just be white? He had it, and you would think that he dying. It would be the end of the world. We got to go to the hospital because he got this little surface flesh wound. That's how serious it is. But then my other child could literally about lose his leg. His leg could be hanging off by a string, I promise you. And he gonna still be laughing and making jokes. My daughters are like that too. I got one child that's like super extreme. She could have, like, she used to get a bump. She gonna show me like, Mom, I got a bump. It's red. She used to be so like, look at it. But my other daughter could literally, like, her arm could be turning green and she still, my oldest child, this is the one that's in the military, something happened to her eye. So the blood vessel popped or something. So a piece of her eye flew out while they were driving. You heard me. The piece of the white part of her eye flew out on the thing. I'm on the phone with her after she came out of the hospital. And when I tell you, she done made so many damn jokes. I'm laughing so hard that I'm crying. And I'm like, this is serious. We need to figure out why your eye having this type of response. And you over here making jokes. She over here talking about, well, at least I can be a pirate now. Really? That's what we gonna make jokes about? That's the extreme. So you have to think about, like, how are you teaching perception? Because she could have felt like the world was coming to the end. My eye jacked up, my leg busted up. This thing still like, I need to still finish up my term because I'm trying to get this retirement check. I'm still trying to make these coins. Literally, y'all. She really was like, oh, I got a cane and I got an eye patch. I'm about to be a pirate out here. No, we not gonna make jokes about that. You ain't even, you 21. 21 with a damn eye patch and a damn cane. The hell? So, I'm the one that, in that particular case, because that's my baby, I was the one that was like, but she has such a good spirit about stuff like that. And she's always making jokes that it didn't even bother her like that. So she just looks like she has a very optimistic attitude. Where the other one be feeling like, oh, you ain't giving me this. You the worst parent in the world. So they got really extreme ways of looking at stuff. And you have to, apply that to how we look at stuff. Think about how we are perceiving it. And that could be a lot of times where your moon is. I know what Pisces moon people are. I'm a Pisces moon person, so it's very odd that I'm saying this. But as a Pisces moon, sometimes we will amplify the things that are bad. We could be in a relationship and our version of what happened in the relationship and their version is going to be something totally different. We're going to point out all the crazy effed up stuff that happened in that relationship. We can tell you, like, man, he went, we're going to go down the list. He did X, Y, Z, da, 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 da. Listen. And in their version, depending on what their moon might be, they are focused on all the positive aspects. They paid attention to all the great moments. We let the negative moments overshadow the fact that that person might have made us happy here and there. That, you know, we actually share genuine love or whatever. Not Chucky. Oh my gosh. Oh, I used to hate that movie. But when you start working on your mental through this journey, that is the number one. Right. You have to learn how to let that traumatic moment be what it was. That was that moment. Quit making it be like, oh damn, your whole life over. No, that was like a literally maybe 10-15 minute moment. Depending on what it is. Even if you made a crazy decision. Let's say you made a decision and now you done made a decision and now you got a child that you got to see every day. So now that's a constant reminder of the choice and the decision you made. You can either look at it from that part, or you can look at it from, I have this wonderful gift. I was afforded the opportunity to be able to birth this particular human into the world. And now because of me and that particular interaction and that choice, I just birthed a leader. I ain't got nothing but leaders in my house. All my babies is leaders. They all are destined to do something fabulous. And I was chosen for a reason. When I was younger, I used to be like, but why me? Why? Why it had to be me? Why I got to be the mama? And then I realized I'm the only one that will be able to offer them what I can offer them. I'm the only one to be able to teach them what I know I can teach them. I'm the only one to be able to gift them the energy that they need. I'm the only one. And that makes it hard because they are constantly having to fight against what society is telling them. They still want to be regular. They still want to be doing what the other kids are doing. I tell my oldest son, you not regular. I tell him that all the time. You ain't regular. You can't do what they doing. You can. But that's going to be at a cost of you delaying your growth. You delaying what we already know you intended for. He literally, it's in his chart and in his cards for him to be a certain dynamic. So whenever he decides that he's accepting that destiny, then it's going to go from like 0 to 100. But, you know, you have to allow them to experience the process, but still guide them at the same way, same time. And that's how you have to really look at yourself. Like, while we are on this journey, how can I guide myself to greatness? How can I guide myself to greatness? How can I put myself in a space where I know that I'm always operating in my optimum, in my highest, in my godly self? Yes. They'll always think the other person is crazy. They never, but that go to that element of us not wanting to accept accountability. We always want to point the finger. We always want to blame someone else. We always want to put the energy towards what they were doing. Well, what was your part? What did you do? Because sometimes we feel like we didn't do anything. I learned that the hard way. It's like, yeah, you did. One, you probably didn't listen to your intuition. You ain't hear your spirit guides that was like, don't do it. Like, your spirit guides was over there like, look, I told your ass not to go that way. But You went anyway. Now you up here crying, wanting us to change the dynamic, wanting us to make this situation better. But we tried to tell you from the gate, don't do it. And I promise you, I know with all my situations, I can pinpoint and tell you exactly what I said. I was the type of chick where I'll be like, this ain't gonna work because of XYZ. This ain't gonna work because you don't love yourself. Dumbass still went in the relationship. This ain't gonna work because I'm not your type. Still went in a relationship. We see it. We know it. But we ignore it. So you got to be in a space where you like, okay, this is why I'm like, I say this so much and I hope that I ingrain it on your spirit. I hope I autograph your life with this message. I hope it's the point where like y'all will hear it in your sleep. Make choices that are in alignment with your highest self. Make choices. Ask yourself before you make any decision, I don't care what it is, whether it's a job you're getting ready to go into, whether it's a relationship you're getting ready to go into, a new friendship, a business partnership, I don't care what it is. Make choices that are in alignment with your highest self. Right? Be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because he laying it down right. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Oh, he licking it right. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Messed up. Messed up. And he out there doing God knows what. Or half treating you right. Oh Lord, somebody's sending me messages. Listen, stop it. Stay focused. Quit feeling like you're going to be by yourself. You know how many people are in the world? That's the part that gets me. You know how many people are in the world? Do you know how many people are in the world? It's so many. So for you to have the small mind of saying, ooh, I'm going to be by myself if I let him go. I'm going to be by myself if I let her go. That means you don't believe in who you are. How you going to be by yourself? Honey, yes, your husband in Egypt, wherever you want him to be. Or just the one there. Right. Exactly. You have to ask yourself, is this the right one? Or this is he convenient? He the person that's around me right now. He sound good. He ain't got all my qualities. We'll do that mess like, oh, our list got 10 qualities on it that you supposed to meet or 10 standards. And homie ain't got but like 4 and are possible. So you gonna settle. Because he got 4 and a possible. I ain't say he got these other ones. I said 4 and a possible. And you'll settle. And then you be mad 2 years later or a year later or 6 months later. Because he not matching up. He ain't adding up. His math is off. That's your fault. You knew he wasn't adding up in the beginning. I promise y'all. And the reason I could speak so passionate about this because I done been there. But I also, when I'm dealing with the people that I deal with on a regular basis, I hear the stories all the time. And it's a common thread through all of it. You either rushing, you're not listening to intuition, you don't believe in your own value, your own worth. Listen, we know. So cut that shit off at the gate. Unless you just wanted some drama. That's what I look at it is. If you want drama and you just want to go through something because you want the drama, okay, that's your thing. I personally don't need no more lifetime stories. I personally don't. I don't want no lifetime stories. Listen, there have been times where like people that were trying to date me will call me for a reading now. And when I be hearing what's going on, I'll be like, oh, I dodged that bullet. Thank you. Thank you, spirit guys, for letting me not go forward. I literally be on some stuff where I'm like, oh, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. Get right. Stop playing. Listen to yourself. Move forward. On everything. We got off on relationships, but I'm literally like talking about everything, y'all. You can change your whole life. Change your whole life. Peace, beloved. Listen. We can change our whole life. Quickly. The day that you decide I'm going to be committed to myself and my own personal growth is the day your whole life will change. The day that you sit there and get that notebook out, I ain't even got mine over here. It's over there by my art. You get that notebook out or your phone, because some of y'all like to put stuff in your phone. Get your phone out and put them in the notes. What you getting ready to do? I have it on schedule, like when I'm studying. Before I even got back in school, studying my herbs, studying certain crystals, studying, like I had it in my schedule. Wake up 4 o'clock, because I changed it. Wake up 4 o'clock, meditate, altar work. So my alarm, so even if I'm not on point, even when I'm not on point, I'm sitting there like, that alarm reminded me. It's in my subconscious now, like, ooh, you supposed to be doing this. You ain't doing it. You ain't on point. You off. So you got to be in a space where you write it down. Write it. I'll say that 100 times too. With my regular clients, I'll be telling them, like, they piss me off. Write it down. Quit coming up with these valuable billion-dollar ideas, but you don't even want to take 2 minutes to write it down. Get that notebook out. Listen. Get that notebook out. Write it down. Put it in your calendar. Make it where your calendar go off with notifications that you need to be doing certain stuff. Put it out. Schedule out your year. My whole year scheduled out. Actually, my whole first half of the year, because I got different things that I'm doing. But last year, I had my whole year scheduled. People used to be like, oh, what you doing? Let me pull out my calendar. I could tell you what I'm doing. I got my whole year scheduled. So, and stick to it. Quit letting people take you off track. People will come and pop up in your life, be trying to distract you, trying to take you off. Don't let them do it. Know what you need to accomplish. If you want to add and you feel like you got room, add it. But if you ain't got room and you already know, don't add it. Quit feeling like you obligated to folks. You ain't obligated to nobody but yourself. We're not obligated to people this year. We obligated to self. Do the work for yourself. Do what you're supposed to do for yourself. Be committed to your own self-growth. Be committed to your own destiny. Be committed to what it is that you need to do. Yes, I'm telling you, I got it all. I have it on paper. I done emailed it to myself. I done emailed it to some other people. Somebody to hold me accountable. I done locked it in my calendar. So it's everywhere. I can't run from my destiny. I can't run from it. My kids probably don't. They'll be sitting there watching TV and the notification will pop up on the laptop. Whatever I got going on, that notification will pop up like, boom, it's time to cook. Boom, it's time to study. Build content. Do something creative. Like I got it all. Everything. every minute. That's the only way you're going to reach the destination that you want. If you don't have a clear ideal of what that destination looks like, what do you really want to accomplish, you aimlessly, you throwing darts in the dark. You throwing arrows in the dark. You just hoping to hit some shit. You can't be just hoping to hit. We ain't getting ready to just be sitting here throwing stuff. Book. Do you have any book recommendation? Okay, so my first, hold on, y'all. Let me see what books I got up here. I wish I knew what the name of this one book. Let me look it up. The Fear of the Unknown. Hold on. Let's look it up. It's one of my favorite books. The Kybalion, we were talking about that early. Peace. Is one of my favorite books. The Kybalion. The Emerald Tablets, if you got enough patience. I feel like that could be a deep read, if you don't have the patience for it. That word was for you. Ashe. Hold on. I want to make sure I'm getting this book title. I Am That. Is that book over there? I got books over here, so that's why I keep looking. And some of these books ain't written by us, but I got very profound meanings from it. Hold on. There's so many. Okay, it's so many that I do have. Yes, Isis Letter, 4 Agreements. When it comes, and y'all know how I feel. I always tell y'all to get in tune with who you are, yourself first. Master who you are first. Not all that other stuff. Master who you are first. So do things that are going to help you build and understand who you are. So if you're a woman, Sacred Woman was an amazing book. It was a life-changing book for me. If you know how to decipher through some stuff. 4 Agreements, I feel like it's a life-changing book. The Mastery of Love is a life-changing book. It ain't up here. There's The Quest of the Pearl. I think that's what it's called. The Quest of the Pearl was a perspective book. It helped me start changing my perspective. Yeah, Sacred Woman, we talked about that. This book was really good for me. Ageless Body, Timeless Mind. Very good book for me. Oh, I did grab that book. Okay, this ain't the cover, and I never really keep the covers for my books for some reason. I don't know if y'all can see that. The Quest of the Pearl. This book was like a story, but it was the perception. Perception is everything. Yes, The Mastery of Love was great. The Fear of the Unknown. I really want to make sure. It's either The Fear of the Known or The Fear of the Unknown. Recently, my all-time favorite, I'm not going to lie, is The Kybalion. My all-time favorite right now is The Kybalion. And it's because it helped me understand the principles and actually apply them to my life. Fear. Let me see. Everybody I wasn't a fan of, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan of Woman That Runs with Wolves, but maybe it's because of the type of books I be reading. I don't know. That wasn't I hear a lot of people say that it was a good one for them, but it didn't trigger that for me. And maybe, I don't know. Certain books don't trigger, and it could be just the wording at the time and whatever I'm on. Well, am I self-taught? It depends on how you look at it. A lot of things is self-taught, but I've been very fortunate to have amazing mentors, have amazing communities. I've been involved with a whole lot of things. I do have a couple of degrees in different dynamics. Freedom from the Known. That's the name of the book. Hold on, let me pull it up. I've been able to definitely connect with some amazing people. Let me just say that. Oh, here we go. This book, Freedom from the Known. I don't know if y'all can see that cover. And it's an old Indian man. But this book here, it's some of these books are books that were more about life and how you perceive things and how you can break that element of unlearn to relearn, and it creates almost a clean slate so you can start building from what it is that you know and what you intuitively feel. A lot of times we hold on before I forget. You Are That. I love this book. It's so funny because a brother gave me this book when I was married, and he was a brother I had knew. He was super young. Gave me this book, and I remember reading it at that time, and it didn't resonate. Peace. It didn't resonate. And then I read it again, and it actually sparked a whole nother dynamic. I'm gonna put all the books up. That was Satsang with Ganji. It's a lot of people I love. What do you do when you feel your partner has reached their spiritual peak? Is it right and or normal to feel a disconnect? Ooh. Why do you feel like they reached a spiritual peak? What are you doing to the realist? What are you doing to connect to her inner goddess? What are you doing to help her bring out her highest self? Because you can never reach your peak. We are always ever evolving. Some people get stagnant. Ashe. Yeah, I love reading books. I read them like I read Sacred Woman every year. I go through that every year now. Or I always refer back to it for something that I'm looking for insight or guidance through. These books, amongst other things, which is a whole lot. I have a lot of books. I mean, I've been reading books on this topic since I was 15. So, I always been into metaphysical aspects. I've always been into trying to understand our psychology. I've been into a lot of stuff for a very long time. The realist, you asked the question and then you ain't answer. You ain't answer us. What are you doing to build into her goddess energy or his? What are you doing? A lot of times when you feel like you've reached a peak and you feel like that person is not growing, well, you haven't reached the peak, but they have. And you are constantly growing and you want to see them grow. Patience. Living by example. Try all the things first. Try to go from a space where you are right. He be ghost. How you gonna pop out a question and then don't come back in? Oh, you got to be patient. Patient. Be patient. Don't try to overwhelm her. She might not be able to move as quick as you moving. And that's okay. You can't expect for her to move as quick as you. When y'all first got together, you knew where her progress was. You knew what she was. And that's why I say it's real important that when we get into relationships that we are operating from our own self-love. We operating in our own self-love, and we operate in that energy, then guess what? We're picking people that we know they already are on a path and a journey anyway. They already are in their own space of evolution. Now the other part is that you have to be in a space where you can say, I'm okay with her not moving past where she's at. And you got, yes, don't rush. Let the understanding marinate. Give her time to process what it is. We have to process stuff, especially women, because not to take away from our mental or spiritual growth, excuse me, it is more of the element of we have to be in the space where we got a lot on our mind. I don't know if she has children, so she's worried about the babies. You know, if she has other dynamics going on in her life, we gotta we think about everything. We handling so many parts. It's been plenty of times where I've been on my journey and I was like, yo, I ain't reading no books this year. It don't never happen, but I do. It's plenty of times that I've been in a space where I was like, I want to put the pause button down. I don't want to grow no more. This shit hard. I don't want to do this no more. We got to learn, because the more that you educate and become aware, the more is required of you. That means that you definitely have to operate from your best self. You definitely got to hold yourself accountable. You definitely can't be doing dumb shit out here and not holding yourself accountable, especially when you know better. If I know I'm supposed to be operating in a certain dynamic, if I know that and I'm still choosing to be crazy, we talk about everything. It depends on what you want to talk about, beloved. And it depends on how deep we go and what the topic is. You starting to feel stagnant with her. Be patient. How long have y'all been together? Be patient. You can start to feel stagnant, but that's not her fault. That's your fault. How you gonna be stagnant in your own growth? You should be still focused on you. So no kids. Yeah. Be patient. If you feel like she the one, I'm pretty sure at one point you felt like she was the one. Am I wrong? Peace. At one point you felt like she was the one. Oh, y'all still kind of new. So 2 years ago you felt like she was the one. Well, how you trying to push her to grow and y'all only been together for 2 years? I'm just saying. How much growth she got to do? How much growth she got to do? Leisha. Yes, we talk about everything. We talk about ancestors. We talk about orishas. I do readings on here. We get into altars. What have we talked about? We done talked about a little bit of everything. Sometimes we talk about crystal healing. You feel like what with everyone you've been with? Wait a minute. You feel stagnant? Then you going into relationships too quick. You need to sit your behind down and pause. Sure, we can talk about the spirit animals. What do you want to know? Sure, honey, I already got on you about these spirit animals. Do you not understand what ancestors are, or do you not understand how you utilize or how to connect with your ancestors, beloved? Shada Honey want to talk about spirit animals. Sex, love, success, benefits. Yeah, we talk about everything, child. New moon, full moon, money jars, honey jars. Spiritual baths, sage. Oh, you feel like they the one? That's because you're not doing your due diligence. The realist. You the realist, but you not. You ain't doing what you supposed to be doing with that name. The realist, that means you gotta take time. Get to know her. It's the same for y'all like it is for us. Get to know them. Let them show you who they are. Let them get into a space where you can start seeing a certain dynamic. Let them take their mask off, their representative down. Exactly. You said, let's talk about your owl. You stupid, Steph. I ain't fooling with you. He be like, oh, she the one. No, she not the one, boo. Give her time. Give it time. I ain't talking about your girl. I don't know if she the one or not. Anybody could be the one if y'all really want my real opinion about that. You could make anybody be the one. Anybody could be your actual mate. The purpose of praying to ancestors, why wouldn't you just pray to God? Do you believe in a God that exists outside of you, Pyramid? So I know which way to go with that conversation, beloved. Right. Not letting, put the gate up. Had them guards at the gate. Because I'm telling you, somebody will paint a picture of a whole nother dynamic. And then 6 months in, a year in, you be like, wait a minute, who are you? Where you come from? So if you believe in a God outside of who you are, do you believe that you are connected to that particular source, Paramittens? It's the same concept, honey. Because you're still speaking. Prayer is words, right? Let's break down the word prayer. Somebody put the definition of prayer. So if we believe in God that exists outside of us and we are connected to his source or her source or to divinity, okay, we have to understand the power of that whole dynamic. No one's bashing you. I like to ask what it is that you believe in. So then if we are praying, there is a certain sense, because prayer is about asking. Prayer is about communication to the spirit realm. Oh Lord, they about to cut me off. Okay, I'm gonna have to come back. 'Cause